think I want to take tango lessons.
Right?
Yes, I'm really into this music.
I know. I want to do that. I almost did that once. Tried.
And I think Risa was going to talk about her other dancing class that she took.
No, I did take a pole dance.
Yeah. I took a pole dancing class with you.
Me. We did it together.
You did it together.
Oh yeah, there's video proof.
Oh,
somewhere.
She was so good.
I just have a
send it our way.
I have a natural.
She was naturally really good. It was the best
dancing.
exercise, except I can't go around in circles. I'd have to wear seasick bands
She
to
gets
do it.
dizzy.
And so it ruined my pole dancing career.
A pole dancer cannot
Get
exist
seasick.
on Dramamine.
Yes, I don't think it works.
I had to completely give it up. But Amy was great. She should have continued.
I'm still continuing in my dreams.
That's
And
so good.
we're on the RAGS.
We are.
Risa?
Oh, yeah.
Amy.
Gloria.
Sloan.
You're forgetting your cue. You're coming in late.
I am?
Yes. Try it again.
I have to come in with a little drama.
That's true.
Oh, that's
okay. Okay. It's the suspense.
Yes.
Okay. It's interesting. Did anybody, first of all, Southwest Airlines did this, and then American Airlines just did it last weekend where they canceled 2,000 flights. Like, we're all about to travel, maybe, right? Because it's the holidays coming up. I got an email from American Airlines today saying, we apologize if you were caught in this, and we're going to do better. And we just rehired 1,800 people that had been furloughed, I think. And they're going to hire, I don't know how many more by December 1st, and some more pilots, and they're hiring 600 new flight attendants, not any that had worked there before. But they're looking at by Christmas, but I'm thinking about by Thanksgiving.
Risa, this didn't really make sense. If they had these flights booked, people bought tickets, they had the flights planned.
Right.
Why would they not have it staffed?
They should have had those people come back.
I mean, it doesn't make sense.
Southwest Airlines did the same thing, 3 weeks ago? Yeah. And they partially blamed it on weather. But I don't think that that's true. I think it had to do
Well, they also said weather this weekend in Dallas because that's the American hub.
That's right.
And it's the most beautiful weekend you can imagine.
Oh, interesting. Isn't that interesting? Because they did say that.
It's the it's got to be the mandate.
I would say
I think there are lots of people who, A, don't want to work because, or B.
Because they got the government.
They've gotten some checks.
Loan.
Yeah, there's got to be a big group of people that are still getting some kind of assistance because.
But I think they're stopping that.
Yeah, I thought they had.
I thought they had too.
But the moral of the story is sell your American Airlines stock quickly.
You think?
Yeah.
I'm taking American Airlines to go see my family at Thanksgiving.
Well, don't sell it till after that then.
I hope they hire these people because when they say, we'll be good by December 1st, I think that doesn't help at Thanksgiving. And Thanksgiving is a big travel weekend.
I think even more so, actually, than
more.
I'm ready to get out of the country.
You are?
Just itching.
Well, I was in New York this weekend.
That's out of the
I have
country.
to say,
Yeah.
no, but I'm talking about things getting back to normal. And it is travel for me. It was different, but you could see life was almost back to normal. Not where the traffic was too crazy, but it was really busy. And we were body to body in the theaters. Now, Don nearly got thrown out because for a minute he didn't have his mask covering his nose.
Oh.
And they are like Gestapo walking around the theater. Yes.
What show did you see?
We saw two that were amazing. One was Jagged Little Pill to Alanis Morissette, which I'm sure Diane is probably knows Alanis, I would think. Alanis. But anyway, it was amazing. And the other was the Lehman Trilogy, which is 140 or 160 years of the story of the Lehman family coming over from Bavaria in the 1840s and then the fall of the Lehman. It's fantastic.
That's interesting.
That's a straight play, right? I don't know that show.
Yeah, it's really three actors play.
Oh wow!
I don't know how many, if it's 100 different roles, but it's quite unbelievable.
Wow!
I used when I worked in New York in an agency. I used to go to the theater 3-4 times a week. I don't think I've seen a Broadway play in 3 years.
Oh really?
It's terrible.
I love your New York stories.
I was happy to see New York and Broadway back.
I know, me too. And they're happy to be back. That's why they're going to be Gestapo-ish with putting.
Yeah, you want to
making
keep it keep it
no, I
open
mean,
and going.
Well,
and
you can't afford.
You have to show your vaccine card and ID in every restaurant and when you walk into the theater.
You have to
Wow.
do
So it
that.
starts here
You have
next
in
to-
every restaurant, even inside.
Yes.
Oh, good.
You have to
Yes.
do that at the Staples Center here also before going to
Yeah.
a sport event. You have
Oh.
to show your vaccination card and your ID.
Right,
Well,
and you're
that-
supposed to wear a mask.
Yes, you are. And people are really not.
I know. It's a little unnerving to be sitting next to somebody that's screaming next to you in a
By
state,
the way,
you know.
same place, the whole row behind us. We're still I did go to a game with Gabby, and it was the whole row behind us was a bunch of, I don't know them, and I'm not going to say their names because I don't know them, but they were drinking heavily and louder as they drank more.
Yeah.
And
With no
those
mask.
germs
With
come
their
out.
breath just floating and landing
On me.
in your bubble.
It
gross.
landed on me.
I know, gross.
That's really gross.
It's gross. And they should be wearing masks, and I've written to them, but whatever.
To the people
Yeah.
that were spitting at you?
I didn't write to them.
Did you write them a note and fold it into a paper airplane and just chuck it?
How about everybody's Halloween?
We had a fun Halloween.
What'd you do?
What'd you
We
do?
went to brunch at the beach.
Oh, yeah.
yes, we did.
Oh, wait. We do have to bring this up at another time, but we did go to brunch at the beach and we spent a couple
Yes.
of lovely, beautiful hours there. And it was a wonderful buffet, and we won't say where, but our very own Gloria, brought Tupperware with her.
Tupperware to
Not
a buffet.
Exactly.
No, exactly, actually. 2 giant Tupperwares, quite literally,
One
in your
was kind of
purse.
small, and it was made by Glad, not
One was a
Tupperware.
plastic Gladware.
Yeah, and the
and
other
one
was a
was a
glass
glass
thing.
lock.
I think that's probably one that Gloria took from my house that I never
It's
got.
possible.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny,
It's
too.
I know, I don't do that.
But there were all the kids that were there. We won't say where we were. All the kids that were there were wearing Halloween costumes, and there was a lot of candy everywhere, so they could trick or treat
So cute.
around the whole restaurant.
I like the mummy. There was a little girl
Yeah,
that was
she
just
was-
sort of
that was
wrapped in
good.
like shredded white and gray clothes.
paper.
It was so cute. Yeah.
But
No.
speaking about travel, are we going to Capri with Sloan over the summer?
No, I'm not. Not
Why?
me.
I am.
Because
am.
she's
She's
got.
mad. I don't. Maybe Rosa will stay with my animals, but I have to find somebody.
Well,
That's-
chop. You've got
I'm
plenty of
on
time.
it. I'm on it. I'm on it.
Wait,
I'm
have we
on it.
technically been invited?
Yes.
Oh,
Oh, my
oh,
gosh.
Oh my goodness! First of all, I've invited you guys 40 times. I invited Sloan just recently and said, "Please come to."
I would if I can find like where I feel safe. That's all.
With
I
your
have
dog,
to
with the
Yeah.
animals.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought
Oh,
you met
me
with
too.
your. I thought you met with your lodging, and you'd be afraid to stay with
No.
us.
The last time was at close calls all the time. Very scary.
When?
At your house in Utah. It's very
Just
scary.
joking.
Oh, really
You said
scary.
safe. Joking.
Well,
Yeah.
remember, Sloan and Don stayed somebody's house once, and they flooded it, and now they don't want to stay at anybody's
Oh my
house
God.
anymore.
Well, wait, not exactly. It cost us about $20,000 for a 25-cent washer that belonged on her tub. That was really their fault.
Oh.
That their
Yeah.
tub
And
was
they
not
charged-
up to. We paid the contractor. They should have filed it with their insurance, but Don, handed the contractor a blank check because he
Oh.
was so dying of embarrassment. But really, we shouldn't have felt
No, you
that
shouldn't
way.
have.
I mean,
But do you
You
still
know,
speak to
so-
them, or do they still speak to you?
that's another story.
The
for
So
another-
no,
Washer.
so no,
Another-
they
yeah.
don't still speak to you. I
But
see
that
how
had
they're
nothing to do with it. That
Okay.
had nothing to do with it.
just checking.
Contractor,
Yeah.
that's a big one. Contractors.
Yeah.
Don't even.
What about your
Yes.
daughter, your son and daughter-in-law?
They had contractor issues. I've got contractor issues. You
My
had-
brother flips house.
Yes.
He has contractor issues.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
always.
I'm not going to be
We've
one in my
had
next life.
plenty of
Oh
contractor
my God, they
issues.
did too.
Yeah.
Listen, I happen to have a soft spot in my heart for our last contractor, although it did take 5 months to redo a master
I know.
bathroom.
I just think you have a really soft heart because I don't have a soft spot in my heart for him.
No, me neither.
Nor would I.
She has so many soft spots.
I
for
know.
people.
I know.
And then she's got plenty of toughness. So
I know.
she's
That's what's so
got a-
funny. That's what's
the
the
yin
magical
and the
makeup.
yang, the
yeah.
yin and the yang of Risa.
No,
Yeah.
well, there might be a little more than two personalities here. I think there might be.
Wait, what are the
Sybil?
others?
Okay, there's the crabby driver personality.
Well, that's the, that's the third.
There's the I just got out of the swimming pool happy personality.
Oh, yeah.
And then there's the soft spot in my heart personality.
Yeah.
And then there's
there's the killer. The killer.
Yeah, then there's that.
So we're up to 4.
The
I
work
don't know.
one,
I
you don't know
think
that
that's
one
very
well.
balanced.
You don't know the work one too well.
Well, we do have a guest today, believe it or not. We are broadcasting from her studio in Hollywood. It is very cool. Real Songs. And our guest.
Our dear friend, Diane Warren, who you might know her. If you don't know her, or you don't know her songs, you live under a rock.
You do know her songs. Everybody knows her songs.
Her songs have been featured in more than 100 motion pictures.
Isn't that crazy?
She's a Grammy winner with 15 nominations, a 2-time Golden Globe Award winner with 6 nominations, an Emmy winner. She's penned 9 number 1 and 32 top 10 hits on Billboard's Hot 100.
crazy.
She's
Prolific machine.
She's tied for having written the most number 1 songs as a sole writer in Billboard history. We know she was nominated for 12 Academy Awards because everybody knows she was nominated for 12 Academy Awards. Last summer, she released a debut album. Her latest original song for a film is Somehow You Do, performed by Reba McEntire, and was written for the film 4 Good Days, which opened in April, but we'll have to ask her because I think you can see it again soon.
You can see it on Hulu. I watched it last night.
Oh, you
you
did?
did?
I did.
Oh, on Hulu. Okay.
Yes. It's on
Well, I
Hulu.
want to watch too.
Me too.
It's a sad one though, kind of, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. Having said that, she's one of our best friends, Diane Warren.
Yay!
Yay.
We're-
Diane.
You guys. Hi, Gloria.
Hi.
We said that we want to talk
So
about
Amy.
we want to talk about some of the things that nobody has ever heard in your 4,746 interviews that you've done in the last year.
Which we've listened to all of them.
Oh God.
I
Sorry.
feel like
My condolences.
But we just talked about it. So your movie that was out, 4 Good Days, is now coming out on Hulu?
Yeah. It's on Hulu now. It'll be on if you're an Academy voter, it'll be on the Academy site
Right.
any minute now. Glenn Close and Mila Kunis. It's a really great movie. Pretty heavy movie, really. But it has a really great song in it.
it does. It really does.
And what's going to happen with that song?
Oh, I hope all kinds of good things happen. Reba McEntire sings it, and then there's a little kind of cool thing that's going to happen with it, too.
Yeah, like,
It's on-
oh.
but I'm not supposed to talk about that yet, but something very cool.
By
Something
the
very
way,
cool.
so we were talking about travel. So there's some of us here have traveled with you.
Oh, yeah. That's always fun.
These are some of my favorite stories.
Like, we could let's talk about Tuscany first. How did you get that house in Tuscany?
Humane Society, I bid on it. It was like a villa for 12 people. So I invited some of my friends, some that were really easy to have fun with, like you.
Every day we went on a different excursion to a different city that was near Tuscany, and the caretaker would lead us to wherever we were going, like Assisi, wherever this was. And,
Rabbit, my cat, is
say
eating my
Rabbit.
wires.
and every day we'd say,
He's
how
looking right at me.
far is that? And every day he would say 20 minutes, and it was always 2 hours later.
Yeah, but every day was an adventure.
Oh, it
like
was.
every day was a different city. You know, there was went to these great restaurants. There was one thing that I don't think Risa went in was the torture museum.
I don't
Remember
like
the
that.
torture?
Yeah, I probably didn't.
Yeah, she
Me and
did.
Joanne went in there. It was really kind of horrifying because there was actually the real stuff that they used, and it just there was some fucked up
Ew.
shit in there. Really fucked
There's
up
a
shit in
torture
there.
museum here, isn't there, in Hollywood or something?
I don't know, but it could not compare to what we saw.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, you didn't wanna get in
so
trouble
what
in
were
those
some of the
days.
highlights of that trip, Diane? But what were some of the lowlights?
The lowlights. Well, the highlights were every
Sounds like
day.
a hair salon.
Like, yeah, the highlights were there were lots of highlights. I mean, just all the adventures every day that we were on, and you know, the great food, and just it was just everything was new and fun, and you know, like someone like me, I'm not someone that can lay on a beach and lay in the
Yeah,
sun.
me too.
Fuck that shit. I'm bored in 5 minutes. Just like I want to go shopping. I want to go do something if I'm not working. So that was perfect, for me, is like that we could, do all these amazing things and stuff. So everything was pretty great.
Do you get inspiration when you travel?
I get inspiration everywhere. So
You had a keyboard.
I had a keyboard.
I was going to say, do you work when
was-
you're on vacation? Do you actually?
Of course,
Yeah.
I always work. I never totally stop. But Risa was going through a hard time there, and I remember playing her a song. It was really a sad song. I don't remember which song it was, but she had really gotten her heart broken a little bit. And I played her the song, and she started crying. I go, "Oh, great! The song works."
So
know,
sadistic, but
I'm a song sadist.
it hit a chord, literally and figuratively.
Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. There you go. There you go.
So, but don't you take a keyboard with you wherever you go?
Yeah, I have a
travel?
keyboard or a guitar wherever I go. Not that I go anywhere, but wherever I go.
Well,
yeah.
you met Sloan with Joanne years ago. Joanne was on that trip, Sloan.
I was telling the girls when we were having our little meeting that I met you long before I met the girls when we were all at the Black Beauty Ranch
Oh, right.
in Murchison, Texas, probably a
Right.
decade ago.
No, it wasn't
At a
that long
dinner.
ago. It wasn't that long ago.
8 years ago,
Yeah, something
Maybe?
like that. 7, yeah, it probably is now. But that was amazing.
because that was it was quite a while ago. But anyway, that was a
Oy.
fun evening, Joanne and you, and actually I had my high school
Did
teacher who
Joanne
had
eat
always-
all our food?
Yeah, oh yeah, of course. By the way, we've got we could talk about that all night. So
Yeah.
we
I don't know
won't.
how she's so skinny, because she eats. I've never seen anybody eat.
Oh
like
my
that.
God.
Well, she loses a lot of calories with how much she talks.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Oh God, Joe, I hope she's not looking and listening to this.
Aw.
We love you, Joanne.
Yes, we
We do. We love
do.
her.
Oh look, rabbit.
Maybe we
lights
should
in.
talk about that next trip that we went with Diane, and you were there, Gloria,
I was in Hawaii.
in Hawaii.
Yeah.
Where she also had a keyboard in the room.
Yeah, I mean it's not that weird for me to have a keyboard.
No, it's not.
Or
Tell us
nor-
about how you
or a
your
guitar.
mature evening with Gloria Butler.
In Hawaii.
Oh, the time we took the Kotexes and put them on people's backs.
That
Yeah, that was fun.
She made me do.
No, you're the one who taught me how to do it. It was really fun, but I put ketchup on mine, so I took it down. I took it down a notch.
Of course she did.
So people were walking around with used Kotexes on their back.
So-
Very attractive and very mature.
Very mature.
Very
but not
mature.
to talk about Joanne again, but how much of a breakdown was she having?
She was
Because-
not happy.
No, she was very, very
About the
uptight.
Kotex?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Who
Risa,
wouldn't be? That's
Risa was a little bit uptight too.
I thought it was a little immature.
You think?
You did?
That was a fun trip.
It was. We need to take another one.
I know, it's true.
I'm ready.
We went to
My
Palm
dad's doing that.
Springs. We went to Palm Springs also, and you sort
Yeah.
of half-assed came to Palm Springs.
I made it to the outlet mall, and that was
Yeah,
it.
then you disappeared and went. Where the fuck did you go?
Big Bear.
Why?
Where'd you go?
Why?
'Cause I went to see somebody that I used to like.
Did you still like them?
No.
Hey, we're not going back. Next time we go, you'll go all the way.
Yeah,
there.
I will.
All right.
I don't
That's
have
good.
any place to go back
Yeah.
to.
And
That's
that's
good.
another. There were two things that were there that are Diane's favorite things: shopping
Casinos.
and the casino. I have never seen anybody. Everything that Diane,
we could
touches,
travel together. I'm down.
Oh yeah.
I'm so down.
Everything that Diane
do it.
touches turns to gold. She plays the
true.
slot machine
wish
and
that
she
was true.
wins money.
Yeah, but I played the penny machine.
Yeah, but you win like $1,400.
Yeah, I did. I did a couple of times. That's
27 hours later.
Yeah. I lost $500 and I won. No, I lost 3,000, but then I won 1,500. So,
No, you didn't.
but I love.
You
I
cannot
love
lose
the-
$3,000 in the penny slots.
No, she didn't.
Well, I do 500 pennies at a time.
It's crazy. It's crazy
Yeah,
that she
yeah.
just wins, and then the machine does all that stuff. And
When I go to Vegas, the only time I play, I love slots, but I only play Wheel of Fortune,
I love Wheel of Fortune.
and I play it when I feel it.
Yeah, I
like
get
I
it.
have to walk by and I feel it, and every time
Does
I
that
play
work?
it, I win $1,000.
Seriously? Okay, let's go get
In
it.
like
We're gonna go.
one or
Let's go. When are we
two
gonna go? Let's go
pulls,
this
I'm like,
weekend.
you
Let's
know
go
what?
Saturday.
That
Oh,
one.
I would do it.
I have to feel it though, so I've gone and not played.
That's what I've done
because
with-
it doesn't call to me. So I
Wow.
feel like I would lose money if I put it in there.
That's what I do
Wow.
with blackjack. I have to look at the dealer and feel them out.
Have to say, and I'm not just trying to kiss Diane's lovely ass, but I have been long before I met her. I was such a huge mega effing mega fan. I mean, I sung, I get weak loud in my car with Belinda, and
I just saw her. I
nothing's
just
gonna-
worked with her.
Oh,
Actually,
my God, and nothing's
After
going to
30
stop
years.
us now.
Oh yeah, that's amazing.
But I love that
Thank you.
song. But besides what a genius you are, I'm so
Thanks,
awed
but I'm
by
not,
your,
but yeah.
well, anybody who's done what you've done is pretty awe-inspiring. But
Thanks.
your confidence as a woman to get where you did in a man's world.
I
think
never.
is,
It never occurred to me that it's a man's world. It never occurred to me that I couldn't do it.
Got
I
it.
never.
But-
I never
but you-
thought like that. I never. It never. I never got the memo that it's a man's world.
I didn't get it either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me neither.
Well, you own your own publishing.
I do.
That's a feat in itself for a
Yeah,
woman.
I have
these
the-
are,
yeah, it
these
is.
are,
I have the
This is
biggest
something-
independent. Oh, sorry.
Go
Yeah.
ahead. Let-
I have
what-
one of the
No,
biggest
I-
publishing companies in the world, and there's just one writer, which is me.
how did you learn that? Or was it, did you have a mother or a father that said you can be anybody, anything you want to be, and you
Not
can.
exactly. Well,
so-
no, I just knew what I wanted at an early age. My mom wasn't the most encouraging person, but my dad was. But it's okay. I didn't need it. I knew what I wanted to do and what I was going to do, and I had blinders on the whole time, and I still do. It's just It's just how I'm made. I
But-
guess.
How about
Diane, what about the business part? Knowing how to own all your own.
Yeah.
I mean,
music?
it kind
was
of
an
happened.
accident.
It,
Tell
it was
them.
it was an accident where the short story. It's a long story, but the short story. I was signed to somebody, a publisher that had all my publishing, and then ended up being in a lawsuit with him. And then I couldn't sign. I had my first big hit with Rhythm of the Night, and then everybody wanted to work with me and sign me, but I couldn't because I was tied up with him, and he sued me, and I tried to get out of my contract. And my lawyer at the time said, you can't. I mean, I was making $250 a week, and then someone was offering me $1 million. So that was a big change up. I'm like, should I want to take that money? And I'm going to, be a staff writer and whatever. And my lawyer goes, no, you can't do it. You're in the lawsuit, so you have to keep your publishing. And I'm like, I don't want to keep my publishing. I didn't even have a clue,
So
and
funny.
then she goes, you need a name. I'm like, I love the name Real Songs because that's what I do. I write real songs. And no one had the name. I owned it. I never looked back.
How long ago was that?
That was in 1989.
Wow.
Now I have, and all my newer songs are all valuable. My older songs are valuable too. So, and I got the old songs back too.
Oh, you did.
So now I'm getting everything back.
Now-
this month or next
the,
month.
the building says Real Songs because
It
you
does.
own
You're in the
this-
Real Songs building.
You own this building.
My songs bought a building.
And do you write in this building?
I do. I work here too, but I
do?
I do. I have a writing room
Oh,
down the hall, and my studios are here. But I mainly write down the street where I've been renting for years.
Do you just love that space? It
I do.
feels creative and
Yeah,
it feels
it's like
like you're
home.
Yeah.
It's home.
Yeah.
But no, I love it. And then I'm a landlord here, so
Yeah.
I pay a lot of rent to be where I am. But I I make up for it in the rent that I get from
Here.
people here. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. There's
Oh, I didn't know that.
balance.
Yeah.
why do you have a bulletproof elevator?
It used to be Death Row Records at one time, so I think that was
Oh, it
maybe
did?
Suge Knight's elevator
Yeah.
at one time.
Amazing. That's cool.
Just checking.
Yeah.
We feel good here.
Do you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The day she bought this building, we were going to have dinner that night. Well, we did have dinner that night, but she said she was going out to look for cars, and then she sent me a picture of her standing in front of this building, and it said, "Look what I just bought." But she was leaning on a parking meter. I thought she just bought a parking meter.
She bought a spot.
Why? Oh my god!
I did. I bought a parking
Amazing.
meter and what was in front of it.
I'm like, why would you do that?
Isn't that weird? It is weird when I stop and think about
That
it.
you
It's
own
kinda-
this?
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah.
It's
It is
amazing.
weird.
Was it a long time? A couple of years ago.
It's like
a few years.
I think like 5 years ago now.
Oh,
About
okay.
5 years ago.
Okay.
We went out to brunch yesterday, and
Oh my God.
and Gloria, does this sound familiar to you? Something
What?
you might want to do?
We go to brunch, a buffet. We're not going to name the
place?
spot.
No.
Very nice.
Would you like steal
Oh, yeah.
food?
No,
it
Not
wasn't
only
stealing.
it's
No.
not
I
stealing.
do
'cause
it.
She was mad at the bill. She thought
Oh.
the bill was
We
too
got the
high.
bill,
Yeah.
and it was
Where was
very-
it? Soho House?
We're not naming
We're
names.
not saying.
Yeah. Okay.
So
Okay. Don't say
expensive.
it was a Soho House.
On the
But yeah,
beach.
it was a Soho
on
House.
the beach.
Soho House.
Who? My
It's
question
very
is.
expensive.
Oh, it's over. Oh no, I got mad at them too because we were sitting there like when I had to pay off my credit and shit, and one of us wasn't eating. Wiener, of course, who doesn't eat. They were going to charge someone that's sitting with us for a buffet. I'm like, fuck that
That's
shit.
insane.
Oh.
That's
Insane.
terrible.
Yeah, no, I said no. I'm not going to pay it. Like she didn't
She
eat.
didn't eat. Yeah.
Speaking.
But what happened? What
But
happened with you?
my question is who, and you might say I do, but who brings full-size Tupperware in
My
their
mom.
purse
Did you?
to
Oh my God!
My mom used to.
I just coincidentally had it in my purse for some.
But you know what? I would if I had a big enough purse, I would.
Coincidentally?
I mean, you're paying a
For what?
shitload of money for a buffet for like.
She was bringing
we
it
were
for her
done.
animals.
I
We're
actually
done.
brought it home for my dog.
We're done.
There's nothing wrong
We've
with
had
that.
dessert. We've had.
I mean-
we're done. We've paid the check. She leaves and comes back with this plate
Of a chicken.
with a piece of chicken about this
For my
big
dog.
for the
It's for my
dog,
dog.
not
for the
you.
dogs,
Good.
and just like whips out Tupperware.
So there's nothing wrong with that. I don't.
I mean, it's
I
fine.
mean, that was my
I
mom
paid
every
for
day.
it. I paid for it.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, technically
like
that's
for
true.
for the $800 buffet you
Yes,
had.
I
Yeah.
I had no meat
She's right.
with my lunch, so that
She's
was
right.
my meat. I wanted
Yeah.
to
What
take
was
it
the
home.
hey?
slowly chipping away. I'm going to start doing.
Speaking of the person that doesn't eat, and she should stop by later. But what was the first time that you made money playing music?
Oh, being asked to stop at Wiener's dad's friend's restaurant in it was in was it Venice or Playa del Rey. That's
How
what it
old
was.
were you?
Like I think 15.
Oh my
I got out. I played a song and got paid $15 to stop.
What song did you play?
I don't know, something that no one liked.
Obviously.
Do we want to talk about our favorite songs on her new album? Your first album ever?
Sure.
I have one.
What is it?
I could listen to Domino on a loop. I
Domino's
actually
a
do.
cool song, isn't it?
On a loop
Wow.
every day.
I love that.
I
think that's a
love
sneaky hit on that
song.
album.
It's so like it's like rockabilly, but
Yeah.
full. I like what is
Spaghetti
it?
Western
It's
rockabilly.
so good, and her
Thank you.
voice makes me crazy. Like
Yeah.
it makes me crazy. I love that song
Me
so
too.
much.
Let me hear
too.
how it goes.
Yeah.
Maybe when I'm not on camera.
Yeah. I mean, no, it's embarrassing.
Sloan, do you have a favorite song on that album?
I do.
What is
I
it?
absolutely do.
What is
My
it?
favorite is Superwoman.
Ah, you're still a Dion fan. it's
Yeah.
it's a good. They're both really good. I love everything on the record.
But I love
me
that
too.
song.
Okay, wait. Okay,
Thank you.
Gloria, do you have a favorite?
Seaside.
Yeah, Seaside's cool.
It is my favorite.
Thank you.
Anybody want to hear my favorite?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's your favorite?
She's Fire.
Yeah, I love that one
Well,
too.
of course it is.
Of course, I love
I mean-
Santana and GZ.
Yeah.
Yeah,
G-Eazy.
G. I know.
It really that record is like the perfect.
It's great. All the songs. are
Everything like
They're all different. you
Yeah.
know?
They're
they're
all
all
different.
so different. It's like
Yeah.
the perfect
It's
mixtape.
almost like
Yeah.
it's almost like a now album. Like now.
Yeah, like
Oh, yeah.
like a greatest hits
Yeah.
album
And
that,
they're
that have yet
so
to
I
be.
used to
hits.
buy those when I was
Yeah.
young. I would buy those now albums. I'd play them.
Yeah, me too.
I
Yeah.
don't know what that is.
like
You're
the
too
like
young.
greatest hits.
They were
Yeah.
like all the best songs.
Yeah.
You
It would
know.
have been. You would have been in the commercial for it. The infomercial.
I would have
Yeah.
done the infomercial
Yeah, right.
for it.
What was the infomercial that you did like a long time ago? What was that? With music?
Time Life Ultimate Rock Ballads.
And
Oh.
who
Oh, you
did you
did?
do it
I'm
with?
sure I was
Oh,
on
yes.
there.
Wait,
I'm sure I was
wait.
on there.
And who did you do it with?
Kevin Cronin.
Yeah.
Oh wow, I did.
Yeah.
I did.
Oh, my
I did
God.
songs for them too.
Oh,
actually.
my
Oh, you
God.
did? Yeah. Yeah, it was he and I co-hosting. I'll send it to you. It's
Wow,
Funny, I bet.
I was
It's
probably
very
represented on that.
I'm sure you were. No, but it is the sign of such a prolific writer. I mean, obviously, but every song sounds like it's from that artist or
Yeah.
that they wrote it or their
Yeah,
people
yeah, yeah.
wrote it or
That's-
something. They're all so totally
Believable.
different.
yeah.
They're all
It's authentic,
They're all
right?
real
I love
songs.
Darius
Yeah,
It's
Rucker
very-
real
also.
songs.
I kept
Who
thinking
knew?
it's
I know.
very well cast. You
Thank
know,
you.
like
it is casting.
Yeah.
It is
Yeah,
casting.
it is.
It is. It's casting a role, or sometimes it's opposite casting.
So we should say this is Cindy.
This is Wiener.
Hi,
Gloria-
Cindy.
Hi,
She's
Cindy.
Wiener.
Gloria
Wiener.
calls her Wiener.
Everybody
Diane
calls her.
calls her Wiener.
I call her Wiener.
Hello.
Go ahead, tell some Cindy stories.
tell
Well,
it.
we were at a dinner, and someone there was talking. This guy was saying that he had an identical twin, and Wiener asked if it was a boy or a girl.
Wait.
Right.
And at that same film festival, you stayed in a hotel room. What did she do in that room?
What did you do, Wiener, when you're in the hotel room with the coffee?
Oh, I wanted to warm up my coffee
Where?
in the safe. Just like, well, the way that they placed it was right by the refrigerator, and it had a nice little thing. And I called it downstairs and wondered why it wouldn't work. It looked a lot like that. They
Wow.
said, "Man, we don't have a microwave in there." I go, "Yes, you do, but it's not working." You know? It's a true story. It really happened.
I think Wiener
she
needs to
said
be a
that-
host with you guys on here.
She said that
Wiener,
with pride.
She
That
did
really
say
She would be
happened.
funny. Wiener would be funny. I'm putting in my 2 cents for Wiener to be one of the hosts with you guys,
We like when she just pops in because it's
or as a
fun-
special
Yeah.
guest.
Yes,
Should I-
the special.
Every week.
Yeah, every pop, the pop
I've
in
been
is-
saying this for 2 weeks. I think you should be like our hilarious Guillermo.
We talked about you too because, well, you and Diane have been friends for how long?
Too long.
40, a long time since
Long
we
time.
were 12.
Yeah, 12 and 13.
26 years.
20
Yeah,
years.
20 years. No, a long time.
40,
Yes.
26, 20
Yes.
years.
But she just said she was 14 when she played at your dad's club. Or
15, I
15.
think.
She was. You weren't 15.
I was 15.
You could barely talk. No, you weren't.
Yeah, you
No,
did.
She was playing the guitar.
Yes.
Stuff.
Off the stage, yes.
Well, that's like what she did the other night with.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah. But
We
that
played-
was something
yeah,
else.
sex, that was sex.
Maybe if we would have done that, she would have left. But they paid her, I think, $18. Oh, $15.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I made a lot.
That was
of
a
money.
lot
That's
of
all
money
he
at the
be-
time,
yeah.
sorta.
'Cause all his
I bought a
guests
new
were
car. I
leaving.
bought a house.
How many cars do you have?
Well, just the one I bought with that one with the $15.
But,
But
thank you
Cindy-
for having me, and I'll pop right out.
Yeah.
And next time I'll tell my wiener joke.
Would it?
Yeah.
Oh,
I have a
We'll
joke.
save that.
Oh,
you
tell
have
your
to
joke. It's a good joke.
You
Tell
have
it.
to say what?
The wiener
Dicks are overrated because.
Yeah, well, yes.
Sit down. Talk in the microphone.
Dicks are overrated because they have heads with no brains. They hang around two nuts right around a corner for some asshole, and the best friend is a cunt.
Bye,
right.
Cindy.
And on a more
Take
serious
rabbit.
note,
Take rabbit.
I have a quick question going
sorry.
back to the record and all these different artists doing it. So my question is, I know you had said that, some Italian parts were written and the rap was written by the artists. So if they're doing that, do they get partial writing credit? Or
On that version, like
Okay.
Say on She's Fire with G-Eazy, he wrote his rap. So he
Right.
he gets a piece of that, and he's a writer on that version. But the song exists as a full song as well.
is it?
you know.
But is that recorded elsewhere
Yeah, that version that you're hearing,
Yeah.
will be, he's a writer on
that
you know.
version?
Or
Okay.
when there's Spanish on songs, whoever wrote the Spanish, I don't speak Spanish.
Okay. And if these artists record these songs in whatever version, they do not own that song. They're just maybe a part writer
Yeah,
or a
they're-
performer.
they
of
own
that
a piece of that version.
song. I see.
Of that.
What kind of control or say do you have in the artistic production of the tracks?
Depends on who it is. Usually, like, it's my song, but it's an artist's record, So what they do with that is up to them.
If it's on their record.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
on this record,
on my
Cave
record, I had a
Sessions-
lot of say so because
But
it's
has
my
any-
record.
Has
Yeah.
anybody ever recorded a song of yours and you went, "Oh my God, you can't put that out"?
No, but
What?
I've not always loved every version of the songs I've heard, but I've never said you can't put it out.
Okay. Do you ever give helpful suggestions?
Yes,
You do.
they might not. Yeah. Because but then I also have to realize that again, it's their record,
Yeah.
so I could suggest, but it's not up to me. I just want people to respect the melodies,
Uh-huh.
get the songs right, get the chords right, and if not, and they're going to make it better, I'm all for that.
do they
great.
ever, or are you usually?
Yeah.
right?
I hear things. I go, oh, that's a cool way of, you made it less wordy or a cooler chord there. I'm good. That's arrangement too.
Can we go back to your childhood for a minute? I
always
think
love to
it's
talk about
amazing that you knew what you wanted to do at it's almost like from another life that you were born knowing what you wanted to do at such an
Yeah.
early age. But when did your animal passion start? Was it same time?
I
Was
always
that
loved,
later in life?
I always loved animals, and then when I realized I could actually help, became something I was very interested in.
I thought you were going to ask when her animal passion or instinct
When,
started.
when I started being into
Well,
bestiality,
I did. I just oh.
well, that took a lot longer.
Is it bestiality if you actually salivate and then make out with a dog?
You know that,
Or a
I don't
cow.
think so.
no.
You know that
I kissed my cat.
I
Oh,
took
I
Amy
make
to your
out.
ranch.
I think if
Animal.
you have,
One
I think
day?
it's penetration. It goes over the line and
A little bit.
Yeah. I've
I
never
took
gone
Amy
through
to
Ugh.
I took Amy to your ranch, and she was making out with the cows.
Oh,
She
was
was.
it consensual? Or was
Yes.
it a Me Too?
No, it was totally
A
consensual.
Me Moo.
I
Hashtag Me Moo.
if anybody was going to file, it would be me because that cow
Had some
was
tongue.
delicious
Oh.
and aggressive.
Oh.
But I was
Okay.
fine with it. I was
Did you
fine
go
with
back
it.
for more?
I did. I did.
Wow.
I'm not
Okay,
complaining.
so it's not.
It was the
hashtag
tongue.
Me Moo.
it was
then.
the tongue.
It was
yeah.
a total
Yeah, they have a-
dog.
Me
Yeah.
moo.
Yeah.
Okay, can I ask a question, a serious question? How did you get two artists to record How Do I Live for Con Air?
Leanne did it first, and Jerry Bruckheimer wanted some changes. Her dad said, I don't want them country people telling me how to make my records. And I said, Wilbur, his name's Wilbur, Leanne's dad. And I said, for the movie, just have it the way they want it. And then you can release the record however way you want. But that's the way it's done a lot. There's different versions in a movie than the records, He wouldn't change it. And then Jerry Bruckheimer goes, I'm going to get Trisha Yearwood to do it for the movie. You don't have to pull the song from Leanne. I go, I'm not going to. Because, first of all, she was like the biggest artist. She just won, Best New Artist. And she did a beautiful version of the song. And then was the one used in the movie. And then Jerry said, you got to pull it from Leanne. I'm like, I can't do that. And then everybody hated me for a while. And then it became a hit for both of them. And then they all
so
liked me.
cool. That's
Yeah.
so cool.
And their versions are so different. Leanne was, 14 years old at the time she recorded it. And then and Trisha was older, so it's like one is very lived in and one is very innocent, and they're both great.
Diane, on Rick's podcast that we all were listening to,
I didn't
said
listen
that
to
you-
it.
okay, well, I did.
Do what?
I didn't
And
listen
that-
to
Oh,
it.
it's okay. You won't be
You
penalized.
pinched yourself when you were recording with Paul McCartney and Ringo Starr.
Yeah, I wasn't actually recording with them. It was my idea. Ringo had asked me for a song, and I have the song "Here's to the Nights" that I thought was perfect, and my whole ulterior motive was to get Paul McCartney on it because I wanted. It's kind of like a sing-along song, and I suggested we get your old friends, Paul McCartney.
Yeah, it's a great
and
song.
new friends too. And he asked Paul, and Paul was the first person to say yes. And then we got people like Lenny Kravitz and Sheryl Crow and Dave Grohl and Phineas.
Okay,
Who else?
but
all kinds of people. Chris Stapleton's on there.
It is pretty remarkable to have
Joe
to
Walsh.
do a song for the Beatles.
Yeah.
technically.
Oh,
That's
Yes,
if
yes.
everybody's dream.
it's
Right.
it's so good, and I love the video. I want them to
Oh, yeah.
re-release it. I hope they
The
do. 'cause
video
it's
is
a
great.
So cool.
It's a great song, also.
Thank
to
you.
Sing along to.
It is. It's a great New Year's. I think that song can become like a New Year's classic, as well.
Good. It's
What year did it
oh,
come out?
absolutely.
Last year.
Last year.
Yeah, but it was really rush released last year because it was finished at the end of the year, kind of thing. But I think I think there's talk of them re-releasing it.
I
which
hope
would
that'd
be
be
great.
so cool. Did you know that Paul McCartney presented
Yeah.
Foo Fighters last
Yeah,
night?
last night.
Yeah, I heard about that.
cute.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
And the Go-Go's got inducted and doing something again.
You're
with
in the
Belinda.
Songwriters Hall of Fame, aren't you?
I'm in the Songwriters Hall of Fame. Yeah. Hal David
So,
inducted
but-
me.
Could you be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame too?
No, I'm not an artist. I think you have to be an
Oh,
artist.
you do. Okay.
Yeah.
Writing a song and having two of the Beatles on it is there anybody else that you would just feel that way to work with that you haven't?
No,
'Cause-
but my little secret thing is almost as cool as the Beatles. The thing
That she's
can't
not going
talk
to tell us about, but
Because
Oh,
it's so
ow.
good. Because it's so cool and so weird.
But-
it's just like
it's not a singer.
You're gonna have to pop back in when it's happened.
Yeah,
and
it's
we
not
can
technically a
discuss.
singer, but it's someone
That's saying.
no, they
Yeah,
didn't sing.
Talked the song.
It's really great, and it's like and if
A
like
spoken
'cause
word
I
song?
grew up, really
Yeah.
admiring this person. But I'm not saying what.
But
I'm
that's
not
a good
saying who.
question.
all right, all
That's a
right.
good
But
question.
is there any artist
Yeah, I've never
in the
asked
world-
that ever.
What? Oh, that,
No, but
Oh, you're asked that all the time.
Yeah, yeah. Because
Oh.
and what I always say is, there's not one artist that I want to work with. I find the artist I'm supposed to work with, and they find me. That's how I look at it.
Right.
So it's not like, oh my
But,
God,
but
I could just
working
work.
with two of the Beatles was
that
pretty cool.
it doesn't get better than that, does it? I mean,
Yeah.
really,
No, it doesn't.
That's pretty.
I
cool.
mean, and I have the video, and I've like,
It doesn't get cooler than that.
And why
No.
didn't you go to the recording or
Well, I
something?
wasn't
COVID.
invited, and it was during COVID.
It's really cool.
And I did
Two good reasons.
Yeah, Ringo did it at his house, and I think Paul did it in England.
Yeah.
And I have the outtakes too. It's so cool.
That's so cool.
How did you get Beyonce to record and put on her album, even though her album was almost finished?
I mean,
I was here.
I had written the song, and I called Jay-Z
And
and
what'd you do?
played him the song.
No.
And he
Were you told no, that it wasn't good for her before you called?
oh no, I sent it also to Simon Cowell.
Oh.
The same song, like my acoustic guitar version of it. And the night I was in with Beyonce when she did the song, I got a rejection letter from someone at his company saying, "Oh, the song's okay. It just doesn't go all the way for us." I was like, "Yeah, I was in with the biggest artist in the world last night, and it kind of went all the way for her." Smiley face, you motherfucker.
Did you say that? Did you?
I didn't say you motherfucker. I did have put a smiley face on it though.
I love that.
The motherfucker was implied.
Yeah. Yeah.
with the smiley face.
With the
That is what
totally.
smiley face
That's
means.
that's
Totally.
yeah, that's fuck you.
I
Yeah.
love that.
But so she calls Jay-Z, says, I need you to hear this song. I need Beyonce to hear it. Her album was done practically,
Yeah,
right?
she her album's supposed to come out that
so
week.
she put the phone down, played her guitar, so Jay-Z could hear the song. And then didn't he say to you, come right over immediately?
No, he just said you said in three minutes what I've wanted to say in my life or something like that. Something really,
wow.
really cool. And he said, wait by your phone and Beyonce will call you. And half hour later she did. And yeah, that was a Monday.
But people always tell Diane no, and she
Yeah.
always goes around them. And then they become the biggest song
yeah.
for that
It's
artist.
always a fight. Sometimes it gets like
It's
fucking
exhausting.
annoying.
How
It
do you,
is, yeah.
How did you get that way though? How are you so fearless? Like
I'm just
do you
built
just
that way.
Relentless.
Yeah, I'm
all-
relentless.
just always. You
Relentless,
just-
right, Risa?
Relentless. That's we're going to do this we're doing this documentary about Diane. That's what we're going to name it.
Yeah, it has to be called that.
Yeah, it has to be.
Relentless. Yeah.
Yeah.
and you've always just been that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't had a confidence problem in my work at all, ever.
Yeah, yeah.
I believe, even maybe when I shouldn't, but I know the worth of what I do. I know that when I believe in something, you can't really stop me.
Yeah. And do you just pick up the phone and call people that you don't know, or you
Yeah.
just find your way in? You just figure
Yeah,
out
I
how
reach
to get a
out
hold
to
of them?
people. Like on my album, Maren Morris does a song called I Save Me. And I didn't know her, but I reached out to her on Twitter, private messaged her.
And nobody would say no to Diane. She's
Oh, no, people say no, but
They do?
yeah, I mean, but then.
But
it's-
she
they
doesn't
just-
take no.
Yeah, if I really believe I don't take no for an answer. But if I, and then sometimes it's just not meant to be, and someone bigger and better is going to do the song.
Right.
You just have to have faith,
But that is a belief in destiny. Something's going to happen
Yeah.
that's supposed to happen.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
and it has.
Yeah,
But you do the grunt work. Like you are
Yeah.
working so hard
Yeah.
all the time,
Oh, she
constantly.
does. Most people have people that make those calls
Yeah.
and fight
Yeah.
for she
makes
she
the
fights
calls.
for herself.
I kind of
Yeah.
do it on my own.
Right. Yeah.
which is
and
very
the
difficult
best.
for a
That's
creative
really hard,
person.
yes.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's annoying, but most of the time it's okay. I mean, no one's going to be able to believe in what I do as much as me
Yeah.
because they're real songs.
because they're real songs.
So you're writing constantly. You have
Yeah.
songs. You have an
I
office.
finished a great one today.
Okay.
See?
So you have an office around
I started another
away
one
that
right
I've
after.
heard that has like papers everywhere.
Yeah.
You said it's just like
Yeah.
crazy in there.
Yeah,
So how do you stay organized? Do you have a million?
I'm not organized.
Well, okay. So in your brain, do you have a million songs that are half written, 90% written ideas? And then how do you stick on the one thing that you're going to
I
kind
just
of
do
follow
it.
through?
I
You
don't know
just
how to explain that.
flow.
I
But
just
you
do
know
it.
what? I
Yeah.
have to say, like, I know Diane's history, and I know, a bit about some of the songs she's written and how, they came to be. And
Very important.
But I came in here one night with a singer, and I said, do you have anything that would work for him? And so Diane said, can I hear a couple seconds of something he sang? And so we literally played her 20 seconds of something.
I had it.
And within a tenth of a second, she's like, Batman, put this on.
Yeah, yeah.
And it was the most perfect song
And it's
Wow.
great.
ever for him.
And it's
It was
great.
like, you would have thought it was written for him.
Yeah.
She could have been, and it was like uncanny
Yeah.
how she did it so
I'm
quickly.
the song whisperer.
Yeah.
That's what it was like, yeah.
I just get it really fast. I just know, and I don't always remember all my songs, but when I do, like I knew that was the right song, and I just heard the record. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
I love it.
How many
Who is
unfinished
it?
idea songs do you have in your brain?
I have to do one at a time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you don't have like a ton of things.
I have
that are
unfinished
just,
songs and stuff, but I can only write really one at one time. And my cat's right here. That's what. Say hi,
So
Rabbit.
cute, isn't she?
she
was
makes
over
me
here
just
before.
like, she makes my teeth itch.
You have a thing for animals. Cows and cats make your
Oh
teeth
my God.
itch.
And dogs, I like all of them.
She's rescued dogs that were lost. You know what she did? Arnold Stiefel's dog got lost. And
For days.
Amy for days.
No.
And Amy and this other they set food out. They somehow managed after 3 days. How many
No,
days?
12 days.
Oh, sorry.
It
Wait,
was,
what?
It was, it
The dog
took
was
over
lost for
my
12
life.
days?
Off
Yes.
Mulholland in
Wait,
the
so what
hills
hap-
with the coyotes.
How did it live? How does it live without you?
They put out food for the dog.
Yeah, it was so crazy. So it was just it took over my entire life.
Yeah.
And I have
And
one
how
of
did
my-
you find him?
Well, one of my very good friends is an animal rescuer. She has a rescue called Big Love Animal Rescue. And I got her involved. I just roped her in. There's this dog like in my mania.
How'd you even think it would be alive? Like in
There were
long?
kind of sightings. Like people would call and I would drop everything and drive over to
a lucky
the spot.
dog.
But it was like, it was a pit bull. So it was a white pit bull, bigger than most coyotes
and white,
probably.
But white is like easily seen.
Totally. So she was like
Right.
hiding out in this broken, abandoned house in
So
Beverly Hills.
How did it eat?
I don't know. Like
Wow.
squirrels or I don't know.
Postmates.
But exactly. I mean, it's Beverly Hills, so there was delivery. Totally.
Wow.
So I had my friend Lisa Arturo
Pit mates.
on the yeah, exactly. And I called her one day
Paul
after
Bates.
like I had been going. Okay, we totally get it. But it had been just everybody would call and I drop everything and go to the location. But it's 20 minutes later, so she was always gone. So I called Lisa and said, "Look, I'm like the crazy person that loves dogs. You're animal rescue, so just make a plan." And she goes, "Are you done yelling at me?" I
Wow.
said, "Yes."
How did you find it?
So she called some other guy who knows like animal behavior, and they set up traps one night. We
Was
set
Arnold
them up.
Stiefel flipping out? Mm-hmm. I would have like died.
Mm-hmm. And so we set up 3 traps in the hills and on the streets. One like down, she was rappelling down a rope on this canyon to set up this trap. And somebody was checking on rotation every 2 hours throughout the night because we didn't want to trap a coyote or whatever. And at 6:30 in the morning, she calls me like in hysterics that Polly, that little dog, big dog, was just like sitting there in the trap. We got her.
Oh my God! Wow, that's amazing. That's Arnold Stiefel owes you.
I said the same thing.
Yeah, no kidding.
I mean,
He took you out to dinner.
he did. Yeah.
Yeah.
He took, I mean, what, you know,
nice.
I would do it for any dog. I don't
know.
care whose
That's
it
great.
is.
Of
Like,
course,
Wow.
of course.
It wasn't,
I
it
watched
wasn't
that
about,
cat. I would be like, I don't ever let that cat out.
well, I guess his dog walkers were walking Polly, her name, and she's really freaked about everybody, everything. She was brand new. He'd had her for 2 weeks or something, and something freaked her out, and she just pulled out of her collar. She didn't have the right collar on, and bolted. And I was running on Fryman in the 10 minutes after they lost her, and I'm looking at them, and I'm like, they're not going to find this dog. Like,
Yeah.
I can just tell
Coyotes,
these people are
oy.
not going to find this dog.
Right.
Wow. Thank God.
Anyway,
no kidding.
Aw.
yeah, I love animals.
Well, that could be my kudos for tonight, that Amy rescued this dog, because I don't have any kudos.
I don't either.
So, Diane, what's your raggery this week?
Just stupid fucking people.
Well,
Dealing with them, dealing with too many of them, and having to still deal with them. And I always thought the higher you get in your career, the more successful you are, the less stupid people. And that is not the case. They're still fucking stupid, and they're still everywhere. And the worst kind of stupid people are the ones that don't know they're stupid.
That's true.
that's the
If you know you're
that's true.
stupid, you just shut the fuck up and let the smart people do their job. But when you're stupid and you think you're smart, oh
The
my
worst.
God.
I agree with
true.
that.
Oh, I get
But
that.
that's a psychological profile. It's called like the Dunning-Kruger effect. Maybe
make
I'm getting
that up?
that wrong. No,
Ah.
it's a real thing that you cannot possibly be a smart person if you think you're so smart, because there's no way that you could realize how stupid you are when you think
Wow.
you know everything.
I must be really
I don't know.
stupid, because
It's
I didn't
like-
get that.
I
I didn't get that at all.
I'm gonna look it up.
I think
I'm gonna look it up.
I think I get the concept of it. I get the
But
concept.
yeah.
It's a thing. It's a thing.
Does anybody else have one?
Okay, well, I am with Diane 1000%. And one of the things that makes me craziest lately is how friggin' stupid our Congress and Senate is. And
Yeah, they're stupid too.
we're making these people famous every night. They hold out their vote because the more they hold out the vote, the more TV coverage they get. So the Senator Manchin is still holding out on the package that is Biden wanted to have put to bed before he went to Rome, and I think it's disgusting. And this Christian cinema is equally horrible. Anyway, it's stupid people, and
Lots of stupid
Americans
people.
are stupid, and they vote for these idiots that are now have power.
Okay, how stupid
Yeah.
is this? The president of the most powerful country, supposedly in the world, is in Scotland, and instead of calling the city Glasgow, which is what it's called, he's there saying Glasgow.
Oh,
How could he do that?
Why?
Doesn't he have people that tell him
eek.
how to say things properly? Everybody there is making fun.
yeah.
Oh
I-
no. Oh no.
Oh, he's been there a million times.
I know,
Flo.
I
mean,
know,
it's-
but how do you
he's
not know how to
a-
say it?
A hillbilly.
No,
I have no
yikes.
idea.
Okay, that was my little raggery.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you a kudos.
Okay, go ahead.
It's called the Dunning-Kruger effect.
What is it?
It is a hypothetical cognitive bias stating that people with low ability at a task overestimate their own ability, and that people with high ability at a task underestimate their own ability.
And do we all have that? All of us high?
We have the under. We
I think we all underestimate.
except for Diane.
No, she underestimates. You underestimate.
Not
You have, but she works. Like,
No, I know I'm
you don't
smart.
Think,
I
you
know
know
I'm
you're
smart, and I know
but
my songs are good.
But when somebody tells you you're a genius, you go, no.
No, I don't think that's. I don't think that's genius. I think I'm just good at really good at what I do. That doesn't make you a genius.
Right, but that's
Makes
an
you good at
underestimation of
That
Yeah, I
makes
get
really
it. I
your.
get it.
That makes you good at your
Your
I
talents.
think it's.
Yeah.
I think she's humble. She's just humble.
That's nice.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
Well, that was really nice. Thanks for coming,
FaceTiming.
Diane.
I just want to say, if I were a little girl right now, and I wish I had somebody like Diane to look up to, because I think
Oh my God!
she
How much are
made-
you going to be
she-
sucking her
No,
dick tonight?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I do think it's amazing that she did with blinders on, because most girls, most women, we get sidetracked from all the voices in our society and our culture, and I think
You don't
it's
have to
amazing
listen to
that she
them.
didn't.
Yeah, you don't have to
Yes,
listen to
you're
them.
right.
You know what, you
You're
guys?
right.
I have a little kudos, which goes along with what you're saying, and you all should go see King Richard. Diane and I saw it the other day. Speaking
Oh, I
of
can't
little
wait
girls,
to see it. Yeah.
speaking
was
of
good.
little girls,
Could be a half hour shorter.
could have been, but
Hour
it was
shorter.
really,
Everything should be
really.
half
Oh my
hour.
God! Can we talk about? Here's a raggery. Can I
Yeah,
have one little
yeah,
extra
sure.
raggery?
Yeah.
Why are movies so fucking long?
A lot are right
Our
now,
attention
right?
spans are getting
Lisa.
shorter,
Yeah.
and the
Lisa.
movies are getting longer.
You know why?
Why?
Because I think that they think that if you're going to pay $13 or whatever it costs to go to a
13.
movie, how much?
Yeah.
20.
$20 to go to a
Probably, yeah.
movie, you want to get as much as you can.
Oh my God! Yeah, I don't know.
I want to get as much in
I-
about 120 minutes.
I
Yeah,
want-
yeah.
I want 2
So like
hours.
an hour,
That's
like
what I want.
maybe 2
Hour
hours
45.
maximum.
Yeah.
These
An
movies
hour,
are like
an hour 55.
they're 3
Yeah, do
hours
it.
long. I can't do it. I
Me
just
neither.
and then it's like I have an editor
I
in my
agree.
mind. I'm going, look, you could have chopped that scene
Yeah.
off. And
Yeah.
editors are important. I didn't
No,
realize how important. they are.
Editors can
90s
make or,
or
break
break
a
a movie.
performance
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
We met an editor in the bathroom that night.
Oh yeah, she was an editor. Oh yeah, right.
And she told me, and I didn't even know her. And she goes, "You should have won so many times." That was really sweet. That was sweet.
What's her name? Sloan?
No.
Okay.
Priscilla Friendly is an editor,
Yeah.
our good friend.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, she's
Glow
a great
is going
editor.
to be my raggery next week.
What?
Perfect. Write it down.
What?
Write it down.
What is?
I got it.
Gloria is going to be
said
her
me.
raggery next week.
What?
All right, and on that
We
note,
love
on
you.
that note,
Do you have a raggery once a month?
no,
Okay.
Twice.
a month.
Yeah.
Oh well.
As often as we record.
She does.
Oh, still. Wow, you're the only one here.
Once a month. Yes.
Wow.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
Okay.
Does
Ugh.
Having on that
I'm
note,
so glad not to
night
have
night, nighty night.
Bye.
Alrighty then. Bye-bye.
Bye bye. Bye. Sloan.